Hey guys and girls, welcome to MTG Mana Cracked. My name's Bear, and this is the introductory video. Now, I know you might be wondering, hey Bear, what's going on with that there face of yours? Well, funny you asked. Actually, funny little story. Tuesday, I had a Bell's palsy attack, so this isn't permanent, just a little temporary setback. But nothing like new things to start off new things, right? So this here is our inaugural startup. What we're going to do here on the channel, it's going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're looking to get some feedback from you guys as we go along, develop and grow. But really, I'm getting back into the world of Magic. My son, he has really delved into the world, much as I did growing up, and he's really started to stir a fire back into his old man. So getting back into the changes that have happened since my time of Ice Age, strongholds, slivers, goblins, and elves. Um, coming into Phyrexia, Legends, Tarkir, and soon to be Final Fantasy. I'm looking forward to that one. We're really going to delve into that when it comes in here in the next week or so. Um, Today we're just going to be doing pack openings. You guys are going to see here as I open them. I do have a scanner. We're going to be using Mana Box to scan the cards. This is a learning curve for me, so bear with me as we go through this. We're going to be learning this on the fly. I've done a little bit of research going into this, so but we're gonna be doing this together. So feel free to leave me as much feedback as you want, and I look forward to doing some lives with you guys. I will throw up just a couple, things here and there for just random pack openings, um, and I will try to be as well spoken as possible, as much as this wonderful face of mine allows. So, uh, again, guys, welcome to MTG Mana Cracked, and we will get into this here very shortly. Today, we're going to be starting off with a couple different packs here. We're going to be opening up the a Commander's Legends draft booster pack here. We're going to also open up a set booster of, here we go, the Brothers War. And we're also going to open up a set booster of Phyrexia. Um, all will be one. So these are going to be the first three packs we open up here on the channel. Um, we do have a couple other ones that we could get into, uh, depending upon how this goes. So again, my name's Bear, and welcome to MTG Mana Cracked. And look forward to seeing you guys along this journey. And let's get into this. So we'll get started over here. We're going to do a quick little transition over to our card opening area here. Um, so as you can see here, we've got our little layout here. I've always been a big fan of dragons, so I got my Tiamat mat here. Enjoy the puns here, enjoy being a dad. And then over here, you're going to see the mana vault or mana box, excuse me, where we're going to be scanning our cards. So let's start here with the Phyrexia pack. This is one of the 12 card packs, being a set booster. Went to my local card shop. I don't do a lot of purchases off of Amazon. I try to support local and help out my local card shop, because let's face it, they need it. I'm here to help, and I like to keep that here with these guys. So I don't know any of the card tricks. We're gonna learn this here together. Looks like our first card here is a Phyrexia Mite. It's going to be our token artifact creature. So try to get this as clear as I can, guys. I'm sorry. I'm learning all this new technology stuff here. There we we go. There we go. Get a good eyeball on that. Throw him in there. And there we go. We got an art series card here. Let me see here. I'll just do a quick scan. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, all right. So there doesn't look like there is a card trick with this. Got a nice full art card here. I really like the art series cards. This one here is going to be a Mer Kinsmith, card number 56 of 81. Nice little art card here. Yep. And we've got a basic island here. Next up is the Singing Hive Master. Nice little black card. A Phyrexian Warlock creature, 3/2, toxic. When Stinging Hive Master dies, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with toxic 1. This creature can't block. You know, that's one thing I learned. My son, he really likes playing Phyrexian cards. He just loves to just tear into me with these things. I guess that's what I get for playing slivers on him all the time. Here we go. We have a Golfing Scrape Trap, or Scrap Trap, excuse me. Another black creature, Phyrexian Horror, 4/4. Not bad for 5, I guess. Ickerspit Basilisk, 3 onto the play. Creature, Death Touch, Toxic 1, 1/3. Not too bad. Here we go. Training Reservoir, single red artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on target non-token artifact creature you control. Create a 1/1 Phyrexian Goblin creature token. Activate only if an oil counter was removed from a permanent you control this turn, or a permanent with an oil counter on it was put into a graveyard. Not too bad. Little Gobbo generator there. Barisk Anointer. Wow, that's a mouthful there. Artifact creature, Phyrexian Wizard. When Barisk Anointer enters the battlefield, deal X damage to any target or X the number of permanents you control with oil counters on them. Oh, so that's a nice little work on her with that last card there, the Training Reservoir. So 4 to play, 4/2, not bad. Magnetic Sprinter, 2/1 creature, Phyrexian Warrior, haste. Again, put 2 oil counters on target artifact or creatures you control. 3/2, yep, not bad. Bladed Ambassador, little 2 count creature for white to get out there on the floor. We have the Ixhel Scion of Axtra. Ooh, looks like we got our mythic here. Legendary creature, Phyrexian Angel. Flying Vigilance, Toxic 2. Looks like a triple color. Be a good, might be a good commander there. Corrupt at the beginning of your end step. Each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters exiles the top card of the library face down. You may look and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. You may spend mana as though they were mana of any color to cast those spells. Not bad, not bad. Capricious Hellraiser. Phyrexian Dragon. Ooh, another mythic. Look at that. Looks like this pack might be pretty good. Ooh, and another one. Man. Phyrexian Vindicator. Phyrexian Horror. 4 white to get this guy out flying. If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Vindicator to prevent that damage. 5/5. And we've got our hollow here. Canker Bloom. Well, I guess a foil is what they call these guys. Canker Bloom. Looks like a 2. 1 green, 1 colorless. Sacrifice this creature. Choose 1. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target enchantment. And proliferate. 3/2. Not bad. Let's see how these guys play out in our Mana Vault here. I like to call it Mana Vault. Don't know why. 280, not bad on that one. 36 cents. $1.14. Okay. Ooh, a whole 4 cents on that guy. Woohoo. And these prices, I'm not expecting a whole lot. We do it for the fun of the game, not for the price inside. Now, granted, that could all change everywhere, so just something to keep in mind when we're doing this, guys. So next up, we've got we're going to do the Brothers War set booster here. This pack here, um, you know, I started looking into these when found out they had Transformers in them. Come to find out, those were in the collectors. So my son got big into Transformers, so I wanted to kind of test my luck and see what we could find. So let's see here. Okay, here is our. Do we got? Okay, good. We're still doing the same thing. All right, so our art card here. Not a bad little art card here. Dig Site Mentor, number 40 of 81. Looking good there. We got a island here. Nice little blue island. Shiny, shiny. Yep. Combat Courier with Artifact Creature Construct. Little 1/1. Sacrifice to draw a card. Yoshin Medic. Yodian Medic. Human Cleric Soldier, Lifelink. Get it out on for 3. Air Marshal, Human Soldier. Goblin Blast Runner. Oh, that guy brings back memories. Probably just because, it's a goblin and they like to carry bombs. Nice little one red mana guy got out there. 1 and 2. Battlefield Butcher for 3. Human Soldier. Each opponent loses 2 life for 5 in a tap. Oof. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature card in your graveyard. It's 1/4. Static Net Enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. Not a bad little card for 4. Burk Blast. 4 red. Instant has an additional cost to cast this spell. Sacrifice a creature. Deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power to any target. And you get to draw a card. Look at that. Ooh, Chromatic Lantern for 3. Nice little rare card here. Land you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. Not bad, not bad. And you can tap this to add mana of any one color. Jaloon Tome for 3. Draw a card, then discard a card for 2. Teresian Mindbreaker for 7. Artifact creature Juggernaut. Who doesn't love a good Juggernaut here? Let's see. Whenever Teresian Mindbreaker attacks, defending player mills half their library rounded up. Ooh, that boy's a monster. Unearth for 3 blue and a colorless. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. Or if it would leave the battlefield. Unearth only as a sorcery. 6/4. That one. Whew, that's a big boy. Mishra's Juggernaut. Another Juggernaut here. Here we go. For 5. This guy comes in with Trample and attacks each combat if able. Again, another Unearth. Another 5/3 here. And then we have a Thran Quarry for a rare land. At the end of each turn, if you control no creatures, sacrifice the quarry, and then you can add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Not a bad little guy there. These cards aren't looking too bad. I was pleasantly surprised on these. One of the things I've noticed, a lot of different YouTubers and guys opening packs have found has some of these guys are getting packs or getting cards that get a slip, and then they'll end up getting excuse me, they get caught up in the binding up here when they seal them, and so you'll get an error card that way, or they'll get seamed up somewhere in here somehow. And while it's rare, that's one of the things we try to keep an eye on and be careful of, because stuff like that they make for an interesting card, and there's people out there that look for those kind of things. So we're trying to see if we can find this gal here. Well, apparently it doesn't want to find that card, so let's try next one here. Ooh, there we go. Our quarry's almost $5. That's not bad. Our Juggernaut's only 6, but that, I don't think that's called checking it for a foil. 62 cents. There we go. Just keep rolling it on these. $2 on our lantern. Not bad. I think I got this pack for $5 or something from the local shop. So again, not 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 anything that we're gonna break the bank on. Not anything we're gonna make $1 million on. But it's all for the fun of the game, and it's all for the excitement. I enjoy doing this. It's been a while since I've cracked open any packs, so this is fun to do. And even if this first video doesn't do anything, I got to do it for fun. And here we go, guys. This is interesting because I've never opened a Legends pack. I haven't even heard of a draft booster pack before. So this will be my first draft booster pack that I've opened. So I'm really excited to do this one. This is interesting here. So I'm looking through this here. We got an upside down card. I'm going to see if that has any bearing on anything outside of possible quality thing. So let's see if that's. We'll set these here and see what that is. Okay, so it's a foil. We'll set that guy that way. We'll set him right. And here we go. Ooh, we got a rock. Who doesn't love a good rock? Token artifact equipment. Equipped creature has 1 tap sacrifice rock. This creature deals 2 damage to any target. Really? You must be really desperate if you want to equip a rock to sacrifice rock. Can you imagine losing a battle to a rock? Like this is one of those cards that you put out and play, and it's a last ditch effort where you're like, you know what? Oh hell, I've got the rock. That would be a. I can only imagine. All right, guys, let's get into this pack and see what the rest of the day brings us here. All right, so we've got Life Crafter's Gift. We got an instant, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Be good for a counter deck. Yeah, it's not a bad little card there. I like that one. Welding Sparks deals X damage to target creature, where X is 3 plus the number of artifacts you control. That'd be good. Flood of Recollection. Little 2 blue sorcery. Return instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile. Flood of Recollection. Corpse Churn. 2. 1 black, 1 colorless. Mill 3 cards, then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Nice little rejuvenation card there. Spark Tongue Dragon. Flying. When the dragon enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 mana. When you do, deal 3 damage to any target. That's kind of like a nice little lightning bolt there. Angel of the Dawn. Here we go. Getting into the angels again. When Angel of the Dawn enters the battlefield, creatures you control get 1/1 and gain vigilance until the end of turn. That's not a bad little card. Look at that artwork. One of the things I've noticed. The artwork on some of these cards is. Come on now, focus. Help me out here, guy. I don't know what's going to help me out. Do what I want it to do. But some of this artwork here is really exquisite, and I don't think that this is really going to do it justice, guys. Let me try and mess with my light here a little bit, see if that'll help. Sorry. Like I said, we're gonna try and learn this together here. There we go. It's a little bit better, I think. So, this artwork, I've noticed some of it's really good. It gets really in depth. Some of it just looks like somebody just, didn't really take too much time, or they're kind of rehashing old images and just kind of changing a thing here or there. But here we go. We got a Sentinel Spider for 5. Vigilance and Reach for a 4/4. Not bad. Nice little spider here. We got. Come on, guy. Get in frame. Looks like might need to be upgrading my camera here, guys. I'm not really too happy with this. There we go. This auto zoom thing kind of. Anyway, Foundry Inspector is up next for 3. Artifact Creature Construct. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Not bad. Phyrexian Rager. There we go. Get my words to work here. 3 black, 1 black, 2 colorless. When Phyrexian Rager enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah. 9th Bridge Patrol. 1 colorless, 1 white. Dwarf Soldier, 1/1. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on 9th Bridge Patrol. Rupture Spire. I got a couple of these from the old series, guys. I really like this card. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you pay 1 colorless mana. And then you can add 1 mana of any color. Nice little land there. Natural Reclamation, 5. Cascade. When you cast a spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a 9-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled cards at the bottom of your library in a random order, and let you destroy a target artifact or enchantment. Faith's Fetters. Man, that's a tongue twister, especially when half your face doesn't work. Oh, man. For 4 mana, 3 colorless, 1 white. Enchant permanent. When enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Not bad. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they are mana abilities. Here we go. We got some angelic armaments coming up here for 3 colorless. Equipped creature gets 2/2 and has flying, and is a white angel in addition to its other colors and types. Not a bad little dealio. Lore Seeker Stone. There we go. 6 mana for 3 and a tap. You get to draw 3 cards. This ability costs 1 more to activate for each card in your hand. Whew, that could get salty real quick, especially if you're putting three cards in your hand on each turn there. All right, this guy here. Let's turn this guy back up here. We'll get that glare off for a little bit. All right, so here we go. This guy is a Plague Griever. There we go. Plague Griever. He's going to be a creature beast at the beginning of your end step. Sacrifice each other creature you control. Discard 2 cards. Sacrifice Plague Griever. Choose target opponent. Return Plague Griever to the battlefield under that player's control at the beginning of their next upkeep. Not sure how I feel about that, but it could, I'm sure there's other things out there. Armix Filigree Thrasher for 3. Legendary artifact creature Golem. So again, we got another commander option here. Whenever this creature attacks, you may discard a card. When you do, target creature defending player controls gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control plus the number of artifact cards in your graveyard. So that's not bad if you're running an arty deck. And then coming up next, we have Malcolm the Keen-Eyed Navigator. Whenever one or more pirates you control deals damage to your opponents, you create a treasure token for each opponent dealt damage. Not bad for a treasure token deck. Eyeblight Assassin. Here's our foil, little common guy. And then the Prismatic Piper 11 legendary creature shapeshifter. If the Prismatic Piper is your commander, choose a color before the game begins, and the Prismatic Piper is that chosen color. Partner. You can have 2 commanders if both have partners. Well, that'd be kind of fun if you want to run a partner deck. So, all right, guys. So let's check these guys out and kind of see where we're at. So we got 7, 2. I don't know if there's any big hits in this one, my friends. I haven't looked at any hit lists. or anything going into this. I probably should, but like I said, this is my first go at this, and every set has its own list of big bangers, and um, I holy shit, the Rock was the big one. Who would have thought? Who would have thought the Rock was going to be the one that the Rock was going to be the one that was going to be the big taker out of that? So, guys, like I said, I really appreciate you guys stopping in and spending some time with me tonight. Um, for opening up these first three packs, going through Phyrexia, the Brothers War, and the Commander Legends. I really didn't know what to expect. Um, it's really cool getting to see what's out there and the large variety with stuff. And I'm going to try and be bringing you guys a bunch of different stuff coming through this. Later on, you guys are going to see me open up booster boxes, play boosters, draft boosters. I'm going to get into play some different stuff. And coming from that, what I plan on doing, I've got not like I said, my son got me into this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him and some of the cousins in our family the opportunity to play those cards that we draw. Granted, if we do hit some pretty decent bangers, we're going to keep those out for possible giveaways and stuff later on. But what I want to do is I want to let those boys put together a draft of their own from the cards we draw and see how they do. Kind of do a little tournament for them, and just kind of let them have a little fun on top of this. Kind of give back to them. So, thanks for stopping by. Feel free to leave your input in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. And this is Bear. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. I look forward to seeing you around. Thanks for joining us on the journey. I'll talk to you soon.